So Donald Trump is the first president in over 100 years not to own a dog. And with any other person, that would be a red flag for me. But instead, he decided to make the Democratic Party his bitch.
Hello to episode 43 of Monday Night Bloodbath. I am once again alone, but I think we'll get a nerdy Neo here in a little bit. Maybe a shock. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But yeah, interesting day. We've got one-eyed retards wanting to kill Tucker Carlson. We're not really going to talk about that because it's just funny. We've got Elon Musk upsetting everyone by asking people, what'd you do last week? We've got Trump going absolutely savage on the governor of Maine. That is a beauty. I can't wait to show that one. That's actually going to be first up. And we got some nasty ass shit coming from some leaked messages off of an official government chat from the NSA, apparently. There's a bunch of fucking weirdos in the government. And you know what? If they should have just left it to private time and not on country time, government time, the people's time. I don't know. But I see Kel is just like the rest of the federal government. He ain't done shit last week. Dom, he got called a fake Italian for his pasta take. Well, most people would think he might deserve it. He watched a chubby read an erotic message. Yes, you did. Agreed to a stupid bet with Devil. Is it a bet? Like, you have nothing to lose or gain from Devil getting 500 subs. You only have something to lose. So I don't know if that's a bet. You just agreed to be a part of his, like, shame ritual, Dom. So you might want to see if you can renegotiate. We have a new person in the chat. Gal's missing Bush. All right, the party can begin. There we go. And last week, Gal's Bush got on a bus. Oh, this is a continue from Dom's message. Number 4, he watched Shock kill more innocent people in his game. I missed that part. And 5, he joined Adam on his stream and here gave a crazy take about the Dark Knight that upset me. What stream was that? Oh, was that Saturday Night Drive-In? Gal's Missing Bush fell asleep until Albuquerque. Got onto a Southwest flight to Orlando. You're just going all over the place. You are very busy. Went to quarterback Garrett's Airbnb, so there wasn't a whole lot to see there probably. Went to Ryan's place and stole his Uber Eats delivery. That sounds about. He probably deserved it. Life as a Romad Bush is a crazy one. Well, bird up, Cash. Hope you're doing well. Weirdos in the government can confirm. Oh, yeah, you would be one of them. And Gal's in the chat. Yes, Dom could gain a new partner. So everyone, yes, if Devil gains 500 subscribers on his channel Beelzehub in the next, I think we got 2 weeks, by the end of a week from this Saturday, he's gonna marry Dom. I don't know why this became a thing. I know it's mostly Gal's fault, but why Devil would think that would be okay, I have no idea. It looks like Savage started a course for one of those gay certificates I keep talking about. Some sort of project management thing. He worked on a quality of life Excel spreadsheet for his team and got gaslit and lied to. Well, that's welcome to America. Can't go a day without a little gaslighting. Especially if you hang out with our friends. And Iron Oxide gained like 60 subs. Yes, he did. I saw him. He was cooking. He was at like 380 or something, and now he's at 450 or something like that. And Gal says she did nothing. Why would I build my resume? What are you talking about? I've got 10 years experience. I don't need to build my resume. And there's no the experience speaks more than any certification ever would need to. So that's right. Earlier I mentioned Trump roasting the governor of Maine. So I thought this is just absolutely beautiful. So let's watch this, and then we're going to kind of go into what the mainstream media thought about this meeting in general. It's very sad.
But I understand Maine. Is Maine here, the governor of Maine?
Not here.
Are you not going to comply with it?
I'm complying with state and federal laws.
We are the federal law. Well, you better do it. You better do it because you're not going to get any federal funding at all if you don't. And by the
Now, this is in regards to illegal immigrants and deporting them.
way, your population, even though it's somewhat liberal, although I did very well there, your population doesn't want men playing in women's sports.
Oh, that's
so you
right.
better comply because otherwise you're not getting any federal funding.
She's still letting the trannies play women's sports. They're also doing the same thing in California. Obviously, it's been a few days since I've heard anything, so that may have changed, but I kind of doubt it.
Every state, good, I'll see you in court. I look forward to that. That should be a real easy one. And enjoy your life after governor, because I don't think you'll be in elected politics.
I love it. He says she's going to get ran out of town from her governor position. I think that is beautiful. And she's not. She is the latest target of possibly being a dude in secret.
Every state has a responsibility to comply with Title IX. They have an obligation, a legal obligation, and we'll be enforcing aggressively, and we're going to be protecting our citizens. We're going to protect. But I understand.
So yeah, all he wants to do is just, keep dudes from killing women in sports and such. I think it shouldn't be a noble cause. It should just be fucking common sense. We have, well, Trump says it all the time. We have drifted very far away from common sense. He calls it the party of common sense. I don't care for the Republican Party. I don't think there's a lot of common sense. There's, you just notice things, and that's fine. There's a lot of retards everywhere. But at least Trump has some common sense, and some of the people that he's bringing on with him have common sense. Hey, forking around, how you doing? Hold on, wait. Is Steve bitching about paying if I paid federal taxes in a state that got no federal funding, I would demand a refund. Talk to your fucking governor, bitch. That's his fault. Or her fault, whatever. Bitch, Savage, you are a white ass man. You're going to have problems getting interviews no matter what. Everyone has problems getting interviews. I know. I know, gal. But you don't leave me alone, god damn it. We said hello to Forkin. We've got Gal's Bush in here. Who the hell is Gal's missing Bush? Saw you on Daily this morning, Gal. It's been a while. I am over your abandonment. Okay. This is interesting. Oh, fell for a fake tweet of Trump calling out the governor of Oregon today. I was super disappointed. I did not see that fake tweet. Would that have had anything to do with the governor of Maine after this lunch going over to Portland and dancing in a drag show thingamajig? That literally happened the next day, I believe. It's just experience, Savage. It's just experience. They want experience. Unless you're moving into some new facet that you have no experience in, then you might get a cert. So there's this weird article that was kind of like about this governor's lunch that the Daily Mail put out. And I thought we could go over it. I haven't really read it all. But we've got this here. It says, I love the Daily Mail. By the way, I'm going to be setting up my pie hole soon to get rid of all of these ads on these websites I fucking hate. So we've got Trump reveals big surprise for ailing Democrats as he warns blue states will totally disappear off the map. I think the midterms are going to be a big surprise, he said. So we got President Trump said there's going to be a big surprise in store for Democrats in the next year's midterm elections as he warned blue states will totally disappear off the map. I think that there's some blue states that are forever blue. New York and California don't stand a chance. And I'd probably say the same for Massachusetts and I want to say Oregon, but I don't know. I think Oregon has a chance. But yeah, I think there's a good chance that some of these blue states are not blue next time. Hello, Timon. I thank you for sharing the clip. By the way, guys, if you think you have a clip that is good enough for an intro for the weekend pregame, feel free to send them to me. Everyone's been sending me clips. I've been getting some great stuff. It is helping build the pile back up since I kind of burned through it last week. Trump disregarded the age-old political theory that incumbent president's political party loses seats in Congress in the midterm elections. He expressed confidence on Thursday night that his Republican Party would prevail in 2026, keeping its total control of the federal government. I think at this point in time, I think there's a good chance of that because the Democrats have been just the same. They haven't changed anything. They've fucking put David Hogg in charge of the Democratic National Committee, and it was 2 weeks later he's being accused. It wasn't even 2 weeks later. It was like 5 days after he was voted in that he's being accused of possibly fraudulent things with their information of begging the people on the DNC mailing list for money for his particular political PAC thing that he's got going on. So Trump goes to say, I think the midterms are going to be a big surprise, he told Republican Governors Association. You go back to that last, I think, 8 elections in a row, the midterms haven't been great for the person that wins the presidency. And I think so far we're very popular. He pointed out that his $608 million in his war chest will be spending it on my friends. So we didn't. I didn't have anything on this, but there's the talks about the Doge dividends where everyone might get, every taxpayer might get $5,000. Whatever you think of that is whatever. A lot of people saying pay the debt. A lot of people, I kind of agree with some people out there where, you're just going to tax me on it. So let's get rid of the IRS first. There's a lot of talk about the IRS being gone, including from people within Trump's administration. So that's something to keep an eye out for. But, and he had a warning for the blue states that go for Democrats. The red states are going to do good, and the blue states, I don't know. Maybe they'll totally disappear off that map. Wouldn't that mean that the blue states actually started doing good? I don't know. A CBS News poll last week found voters are giving Trump high marks for the first month in office. They described the president as tough, energetic, focused, and effective. And the poll found he had a net positive marks from Americans overall. Because he's actually doing what he said. Like he's doing so much more than what people were expecting. I feel, at least for me, I think the Doge thing has gone beyond anything I ever thought it would be. I did not know that they were going to repurpose an already established executive group, whatever it is, to make Doge happen, and that it was already kind of in place by Obama but just under a different name. So they're cooking. And more good news for Republicans, the election handicapper Cook Political Report found the GOP has the advantage to keep control of the Senate in next year's election. Republicans hold a 53-47 majority in the upper chamber. For Democrats to win back a majority, they would need to net 4 seats. That's a lot of seats. Things are tougher in the House, where Republicans have a scant 3-seat majority, but House Republicans are working on a plan to keep control of that chamber, which includes mobilizing Trump voters. It would be nice to have a couple more seats in the House because, well, you just never know when someone's going to be a jackass. He's still the incumbent president. He still can do rallies and be in mail pieces. So he's an incredible partner for us. Okay, so yeah. So yeah, this is just Trump just predicting how he sees the midterms going after a month of being president. Whoa, Gals Bush is getting violent. Unlike your bad teeth, which never were. Are you talking to my brother? Sorry, Steve. Dom, is there any chance that you guys are going to get a Republican governor when the next governor election happens? It was Devil actually shared some weird shit about some weird healthcare stuff that's going on in New York that Hochul's doing that was a little beyond me, but sounds kind of like a racketeering scheme where her and her friends are going to end up with a bunch of money and you'll be left holding the bill. Hey, Paul, how you doing, sir? Hope you're having a good evening. AI has the experience, but it's still retarded. I don't know what you're talking about, Steve. Then Weasel says California will be blue as long as the dead continue to vote. This is true. There's some serious election things that need to be looked at. The Arizona elections are not great either. There's a lot of questions to be asked, and I just don't know how we vote so much for Trump and yet we still end up with another Democratic senator amongst other positions. Just doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. Well, okay, there is the Carrie Lake aspect to that, but just because I don't like her doesn't mean a lot of other people that are MAGA would not like her. I would feel like I was the outsider on that situation, but I still voted for her over Ruben Galega, whatever his name is. If they put federal oversight of elections in place, blue is gone. That would be interesting. That would be interesting to see. Let's bring in Mr. Nerdy Neo. How have you been, sir?
Good evening, sir. Sorry that took longer than I anticipated.
All good. I know that so I don't have a whole lot of experience with the game you're playing, but I know you can get caught up in some shit and it might take a little while to get through.
I was not. I was playing a game earlier on stream, but I ended that so I could be here. Then I had something else going on in between. So it was not game related. What game were you talking about, though?
Mass Effect.
Okay, yeah. Tonight was Mass Effect Monday. I figured it would go long, but no one joined me, so it was just me playing by myself and talking to people in chat. So I was able to cut it off early, and that's why I said I'll likely be able to be on tonight. Because if people were going to join me, I probably would have gone longer. But it was just me, so I was like, I can cut it early and be on.
Okay, yeah. So I just finished reading an article about how Trump's predicting there might be some blue states that go missing.
Okay, yeah, I was
midterm elections.
I was watching the first 10 minutes of the stream, so I caught some of that. And I love that intro, that TikTok chick. That was hilarious. About making the Democrats his bitch. That was hilarious.
Yes, making he doesn't have a dog, so he made the Democrats his bitch. I thought that was pretty damn good.
That was good.
And we got Drunken Emerald Arrow, who I believe I have streamed with before on, if not Iron Oxide Show, maybe a pub. But I've not seen him around here. I hope you're doing well, sir. He says, if the Democrats keep doubling and tripling down on the things that the major voters disagree with, there is a high chance Republicans will gain seats. Yep, I think so too. They just don't know how to shut up. Like we watched the clip with Trump telling the mayor of Maine that she's probably not going to be governor very much longer because she wants to keep letting dudes play women's sports.
Yes, I did.
And I think that
was great.
That is the exact reason why you're going to get voted out, bitch. No one's going to care. They're like, this is retarded. You got to go.
Yeah, and he essentially saying okay, we'll see you in court essentially, and you're not going to have your position for much longer after that.
Yeah, he said, we'll see you in court. That's going to be easy.
Oh God, he's just bodying everyone. It's fantastic. It's
wonderful. Absolutely wonderful.
I've talked to most of my family is all pretty conservative. Although a lot of them were not big on Trump. They're like, I'll vote for him if he's the only option. They would have preferred some of the other people in the primary to get the nomination at the general or whatever the primary. I forget which one's which. But I was like, they're like, you wouldn't want someone else more? I'm like, heck no, he's the perfect person for the job right now. And seeing everything he's done just the first month, it just reinforces everything. And some of them are like, I don't like how aggressive he's being. I'm like, are you kidding me? That's what we need right now. We don't need anyone being a pussy. We need someone to put their foot down and get rid of all this crap.
That's what's driving the liberals nuts, is because when they get someone in there now, granted, Biden went pretty hard when he got in there, but it was nothing like this. And it was hard for what the typical fucking president stooges in the past have been doing, he went pretty hard for that, for the establishment, shall we say, because he had to correct course from a lot of Trump stuff. Right. But they're just the left is jealous because the right's getting things that they actually voted for. And I don't know if the left has ever actually gotten a whole lot of what they voted for. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They still haven't gotten their free healthcare or education. They haven't gotten a lot of the shit that they want, which is, because it's all bananas.
Yeah, it's a good point. It's like, how often do the people running for president actually deliver on what they promise in their campaign? And of those that do, how often, if ever, have they done it as quickly as he has?
Right. Now we still got a lot to go. We'll talk about some of those things here in a little bit, but a lot of that he's put in other people's hands at this point. So we'll see. Speaking of which, Dom mentions Dan Bongino. Dan Bongino will be coming up shortly. We've got some Bongino stuff. because it is interesting that one of his most recent podcasts, he had some stuff to say about the government, and now he's all of a sudden is second in command at the FBI. So
Okay, so I know that name. I've seen him a few times. I don't remember where.
Dom
but-
H has been on this show
No,
possibly
no.
without you.
No, Dom H was on Bloodbath
Oh,
last time I was on.
oh.
I was talking about Dan Bongino.
Yes, Dan Bongino. Yeah, he's like the number one dude on Rumble.
Okay. I've seen him a couple places. I don't remember where.
He was
Whether it was was it on PBDs?
Probably, yeah.
I've seen a bunch of clips. I bet you that's probably where I've seen on clips from
He had
Patrick Bet
250,000
Davis.
people watching his stream this morning.
Okay. But I know he's like a political guy, but I know like basically nothing about him.
He's former Secret Service. He was a cop, and then
Okay.
he got into streaming and stuff and doing news shit. Gals Missing Bush says, Bush sucked. He ruined our good name.
Yeah, I saw that name in chat on this morning, and I was like, that's pretty funny.
Savage says we don't have elections in regards to the Arizona thing that I was talking about earlier. Yep. Blue states will stay blue until voter ID law. Yeah, we need something, but even then, like the blue states could figure some other bullshit to get around the federal stuff. They always do.
But yeah, obviously that's not top of the priority list right now, since it won't be again for a couple of years. But that's definitely very, very important.
This exactly here. Democrats keep siding with the 20 when 80% approves of what Trump is doing. Yep.
I don't know if it's 80, but it is pretty high. So, but yes, the point stands.
Yeah, the 80-20 rule. Yeah. And Kel just said Gals Missing Bush did 9/11. YouTube, I'll let you decide on that one. I don't know.
Yeah. No,
So I've got a clip. This weekend was CPAC. I don't have a lot of stuff from CPAC. Trump spoke, Elon spoke, Javier Milei was there. But this guy was probably the most famous person there. Did you see this?
No. Is the most famous person? Is this the person on the left with the microphone?
This guy here. You'll see the person on the microphone. So when I
based on that profile, that looks like Rittenhouse.
No, it's not Rittenhouse.
Okay, it looks like it could be from the back here.
When I set up the tabs for the show, I put them in groups, and this one is in a group all by itself, and the group is titled "Pussy" because of the guy with the microphone. You'll see.
No, I have not seen this.
Do you actually work for ICE?
No, not at all. Nope.
Explain the outfit.
It's $29.99 on Amazon. I would recommend buying a small if you're my size. This one's a little too loose for my liking. But yeah, if you want some entertainment, wear this and go to a Home Depot in a sanctuary city like where I live right now, Washington, D.C., and you'll see all the illegals. Not all of them, but you can maybe see a lot of them start to run away, and you feel like a group fitness instructor. It's really good.
You actually think that's funny?
I think it's hilarious. Absolutely.
That's hysterical.
What's not funny is them illegally...
There you have it, everybody. One of the worst people I've seen here at CPAC, and that's it.
Okay. Yep, I get it. He is a huge pussy. That's freaking hilarious.
This guy's a bitch. I have no idea where he is. I kind of want to see whatever it is that whatever show he has or whatever, because I think he'd be an excellent target for making fun of.
Not personality wise, but looks wise, he reminds me of I don't remember the actor's name, but Cameron from Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Okay.
He kind of reminds me.
Yeah, I don't remember the actor's name either, but I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
That is hilarious, though. Oh my god.
Did you hear about the NSA stuff? The NSA chat leaks?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. So I haven't read them all. The plan was to read them all. They are of a disgusting manner.
I would assume so.
Okay. I just wanted to prep you.
So I'm assuming these are internal NSA communications before Trump was elected, and now they're getting exposed.
I don't know when these Is there dates on these? Yeah, these are from 2022. It looks
Okay,
like.
so yeah, a couple years ago.
Uh-huh.
Emerald Arrow says, "Don't defame Cameron like that." I'm not saying he's a pussy like that. I'm just saying his looks remind me of him.
The most recent ones are January of last year, but yeah. Well, I'll pull this up. This
Okay.
is some weird shit. Yeah. So we got Christopher Rufo here. It says exclusive. Grossman, Hannah, and I have obtained logs from the NSA's secret transgender sex chat room, in which the NSA, CIA, and DIA employees discuss genital castration, artificial vaginas, piss fetishes, sex polycules, and gangbangs,
Okay.
all on government time.
DIA, what is that organization?
I'm not exactly sure. Give me a
And
sec.
sex polycules, I have no idea what that is.
So
I'm
you know
not sure I want
polyamory,
to know.
polyamory, right? It's the
Okay.
Defense Intelligence Agency. So
Defense
a
Intelligence
polycule is like the different people in the polyamorous relationship.
Okay.
Don't worry.
Gotcha.
The chat will actually these chat logs will explain that to you.
Oh boy. Maybe I don't want to.
So we've got NSA, and I'm only going to read the highlighted ones. All right, I'm not going to read every single chat that they've got here. There's a lot of pictures. There's a lot of screenshots.
Oh, are they safe for YouTube?
We'll find out. I like to push the I like to kind of push the line there. The NSA maintains a chat system for the intelligence community called Intellink. No, fucking retarded.
Oh, you had it right the first time. I would
Intellink.
say Interlink would be my.
The servers are supposed to be used for government work, but gender activists have hijacked at least 2 channels, LGBTQA and IC_pride_TWG. I have no idea what the hell that is.
Yeah.
To discuss fetishes, kink, and sex, all legitimized as DEI.
Get them
I
out.
could not imagine working somewhere where this is happening in the fucking Slack rooms. Like, this is weird. You're at fucking work, people.
It's weird.
Well, this little blurb here, it says, according to our sources,
Being
the
paid
sex.
for
So
by our tax dollars.
he got some of this information from an article. I have that article. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but this is a blip from that article. According to our sources, the sex chats were legitimized as part of the NSA's commitment to diversity, equality, and inclusion. Gross. Activists within the
Communism.
agency used LGBTQ plus employee resource groups to turn their kinks and pathologies into official work duties.
What?
According to current NSA employees, these groups spent all day recruiting activists and holding meetings with titles such as privilege, ally awareness, pride, and transgender community inclusion.
Why?
And they did so with the full support of NSA leadership, which declared that DEI was not only mission critical, but mission imperative. So having a bunch of dudes dressed up like women.
I would love to ask them, in what universe is this important for the government to be spending time and resources on?
I have no idea. So one popular chat topic was male to female transgender surgery, which involves surgically removing the penis and turning it into an artificial vagina. These male intelligence agents love the feeling of, ugh, God damn it, love the feeling of penetration and peeing with their pseudo vaginas.
Ugh.
So far,
why are the names blacked out? Name names.
Because they could very well could be like spies and shit. I don't know. I mean, honestly, the rest is nice too. Wearing panties without worrying about anything showing, seeing my reflection in the mirror, wearing leggings, etc. But the pee thing is something I've never thought of, but it's really nice. I don't know if I want to read these.
Yeah, I already don't like where this is
Not
going.
on a live stream.
Yeah, drunken emerald arrow. That's not a woman. It's a man, baby.
Yes, exactly. This person going to say, mine is everything. I found that I like being penetrated like never before. GRS. I don't know what that is.
I don't
But
think I
all
want
the
to know.
rest is just as important as well. All I could say is that I am 1,000,000,000% worth it, despite having to fly to Thailand pay out of pocket and the recovery. I would not change anything if I had to do it over again. All right.
You need mental help.
Right. That's the big thing for me is being able to wear leggings or bikinis without having to wear a gaff under it.
I don't know what that
Is that gaffer's tape? Is that what they're talking about?
Yeah, well, you shouldn't be wearing that to begin with. You're biologically male. I'm not really going to call you much of a man, but
Also, one of the
Great.
weirdest things that gives me euphoria is when I pee. I don't have to push anything down to make sure it aims right. Things most people would never, ever, ever consider. I wear leggings and bikini without gaff under it. It's got to be gaffer's tape. It's just that I know it will show. Oh my God. You see, these are people. I'm not reading these. I'm done reading these.
Thank you.
This is yeah. These are people
Freaks.
on tax dollars. I'm making your tax dollars. I would ask Gals Missing Bush what you would know, but I don't even want to know.
This is gross, even to someone who's seen some shit.
I don't even want to know.
Yeah,
So,
I'm hoping.
And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more pages of this weird shit to go.
I'm really hope that this is the type of stuff that Doge has gotten rid of basically day one.
I find it as completely inappropriate to be talking about this stuff at all at work.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't care what you do. I don't care where you work. I would be pissed if HR allowed that at wherever I was working.
Yeah. I'm assuming that that was actually like in a chat room, not like DMs.
So yeah, so that's kind of like, so earlier I mentioned Slack, but that's kind of like what this IntelliLink thing is. It's like a proprietary government secret Slack.
Yeah.
You know.
Because
yeah.
If it was DMs between two people, it'd be less of an issue, but still spending government resource and time on it, I still have a problem with that. But if it was like in an actual like chat room where, you know, any people on this software could go into, and that's what they're talking about, it's like, yeah, that's even less appropriate than that being in DMs on company software, government software.
This is almost just as bad as the two dudes boning in the Senate hall.
Almost, yep. I would agree. Yeah, make silence great again. Exactly. Why did those get shut down in the first place? Freaking Duke.
Hey, Brad. He says, wow, I turn on the stream and all I hear is a bunch of phobe talk. If you can't be your true self at your government job, that your government job paid for by the taxpayers, where can you be? You can just talk about your fake vagina somewhere else. Don't do it on the company dime. Don't do it on everyone else's dime.
Well, if you need to change your gender, I don't think you are being your true self.
There. How dare you use that against them?
Yeah, what's that saying? Like, don't ask me to accept you for who you are when you can't accept you for who you are.
So this one says, so Drunken Emerald Arrow says, you know that those are the ones upset with the law being passed to keep them away from kids and grooming them. Wait, was there something being passed about keeping them away from kids? There was a law in Iowa, Cal State. I saw that they made it so that it was illegal to take children to drag shows.
Nice.
I did not verify that, but I saw that was happening. So that's a step in the right direction.
That reminds me of a meme I saw a while back of, it was, you know, that goose like yelling at someone while chasing them meme. And it was something along the lines of like, these map laws disproportionately affect the alphabet community. The goose is chasing him like, why do you think it disproportionately affects the alphabet people?
Weird. Savage says you should absolutely have laws against the federal government or against federal employees around children. Probably. At least the ones that are there not by elected. Well, even the elected ones. Fuck. Even the elected ones. We'll talk about that in just a sec. Before we do, Dan Bongino is so you're not really familiar with him. I'm gonna pull him up here, and you're probably gonna recognize him right away.
No, I know his face.
Okay.
I just don't really know like why I know his name.
So Kash Patel, he's like, hey, I want this guy to be my second in command.
Okay.
And so this so he's the biggest Rumble streamer. He's a big news commentator type person, right? Like what we're doing here. But he's been doing it for years and years. Kicked off of YouTube, kicked off of all the places, and so he went to Rumble.
He wishes he could be us.
He does. he does wish he could be us. Actually, he's a little busy now that he's going to be the deputy director of the FBI. But this is
a good thing, right?
Yes, this is a good thing. And here, I'll give you an example of why this is a good thing. Apparently, this is the show that was his most recent show before today.
A good mood today. If you only knew. You ever hear that House on Fire song? It's one of his old songs. This guy's on fire, just like the band. That house on fire. He is on fire ship. Well, 100% success rate of failing. Why is Adam Schiff so worried? Folks, I strongly encourage you to go back and take another look today at the Russia collusion hoax. I know it's a story that's old and a lot of people want to move on. I'm going to be straight with you. I don't want to move on. We had the FBI in conjunction with the Department of Justice, officials in Congress, foreign governments, and intel people fabricate a story, invent a story that could have caused and done serious long-term harm to international relations with a nuclear-powered foe. It's kind of a big freaking deal. I'm not letting it go. And you listen to me. This is going to be very important in the coming days. I'm not letting this go.
So you know what he's talking about? He's talking about the Russia.
Because I was like, when he's talking about fabricating, is he talking about what is he talking about when he's talking about fabricating a story between?
So the Steele dossier and everything that was used to create the Russia hoax that led to, I believe,
Russia was involved in the
in the election, and they got Donald Trump. And I believe it led to the first impeachment of Donald Trump. The last go around.
Okay.
I want to find out what happened because it can never happen again. Not to a Democrat, not to a Republican, not to a Libertarian, not to any United States citizen. You do not get to alter or try to change the course of electoral politics by fabricating a story, hijacking the justice system then to give the patina of truth to a fake story. You don't get to do that. Why do I bring that up now? Because who is the ringmaster of that circus? Yes, Adam Schiff.
I did not know that.
So
I know Adam. I've heard his name a lot, and from what little I know about him, he's a piece of crap, but I don't really know why. So that definitely paints a giant target on his back.
So, and you see here, so Brad's all, wait, did Schiff for Brains accept the pardon? If he did, that pardon was for the J6 committee, I believe. We would have to know how far back it went. But either way, he'd have to, if he did accept a pardon and went all the way back to 2016 and such, he would have to testify in any sort of hearings or anything like that. So they're going to go after all the people that have been holding up the government from being, they've been holding up Trump for being able to implement things that the people voted for. Because he got a lot done last time, but he didn't get nearly as much as he would have liked to, because He had everyone fighting against him, even the damn Republicans. So we've got that going on. And then this has been a huge topic. Everyone's been talking about this since Trump got the thing that happened on January 20th, when he became president, when he finally became president,
The inauguration.
got sworn in. Yeah, the inauguration. Ever since he got sworn in, everyone's been talking about this. We've got Pam Bondi, is that her name?
Is that the new press secretary?
Attorney General.
Oh, Attorney General. Okay.
Yeah.
Scaring bad guys is something Kash has talked about a lot, and you have when it comes to Jeffrey Epstein and the people who are predators in this country. Yeah. They've been given a pass, and a lot of Americans think these guys have got a pass.
Yeah, it's Benny Johnson.
Okay.
So this is just from this last weekend at CPAC.
Okay.
For a long time, and maybe even are still being protected right now. Where are we at with the Jeffrey Epstein list, the documents? And Kash has made a lot of public statements about this. Where are we at?
I was briefed on that yesterday. I can't talk about that publicly, but President Trump has given a very strong directive, and that's going to be followed.
Wow. Okay. So
a lot of documents.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So people can expect actual movement on this. It's not just empty promises.
Oh. Donald Trump doesn't make empty promises.
Yeah, right.
I think promises made, promises kept, and that's why we're all there to carry out his directive about making America safe and prosperous.
So she's got the Epstein files on her desk. Supposedly they're going to get released.
If I was some of these people, I would hope I'd have security, because these people have giant targets on their back, because these scumbags that they're exposing, a lot of people in high places.
I'm trying to remember. Someone said that having Bongino as the deputy is like assassination proofing Kash Patel, because no one wants Dan Bongino to be the director,
to take over the FBI. If
even though it would just be temporary, but yeah, he'd be acting director.
Yeah, I remember back when I was learning, because I was like, we vote for the president, we don't vote for the vice president. Why is that? And that's just picked by the president. And so on. So they, when they make their vice president pick, they have to take into account, if something happens, then this person will be president. So people, you want people to not want that to happen as a bit of a deterrent for assassination or something along the likes. I'm like, okay, that makes a lot of sense.
How are you doing, Mr. Isaac?
What's up, Isaac?
So let's catch up with chat here a little bit. I see Gals Missing Bush updated their avatar. Deep State checks their X account Sunday. Sorry, Blue Sky, and lose their fucking shit. Huh? What? Oh, yeah. When Dan Bongino, when it was announced, all of a sudden Dan Bongino was going to be the deputy director. Yeah, that kind of came out of nowhere last night. Bongino walked away from the Secret Service under the Obama administration because
regime. It's okay.
Regime, yeah. Because he disagreed with what Obama had been doing. I do remember he was working on that was working Secret Service for Obama. I don't remember if I'd ever heard why he had left, but that doesn't surprise me. Kel says, never trust a cop, especially a former cop. This is probably decent advice. I wouldn't trust an active cop if they've got you pulled over. That's for damn sure. Duke says, I can't wait for Bongino to show all the evidence that Shift for Brains had on Trump for Russia collusion. That's going to be interesting.
Pages of it. Pages.
It's going to be interesting. Emerald says, no, the first was the call to Ukraine. And okay, so the first was the call to Ukraine. I thought he was impeached 3 times for some reason. And not just twice.
I thought it was just twice.
Maybe it's just twice. I don't know. But I do remember the call to Ukraine where they impeached him for the exact same shit Joe Biden did. Even though he didn't do what Joe Biden
okay
did.
when our guy does it.
Yeah. Yeah, we'd have to read the pardon. Uncle Joe was quite liberal with the pardons. Yeah, there's a bunch of them.
Yeah, we talked about that. I think last time I was on
That was
Bloodbath with
that
the
was
pie graph, and it's like 60% is Biden.
yeah. He was talking about the claim made by Hillary Clinton and Democrats that Trump worked with yes, exactly, that Trump worked with the Russian government in the 2016 elections, and that whole investigation or whatever you want to call it was led up by Adam Schiff. Like, I think Hillary Clinton, what was the name of that guy? Well, Silver, the guy who wrote the Silver dossier, who's claimed about the P tapes and everything that Tom Arnold still has yet to share with the world. We're waiting on you, buddy. So did you ever get to meet her then? I don't know what you mean by across the bay from you. I guess you're technically on the bay.
What bay?
And Weasel's trying to defend himself from the furry allegations. I don't know how much that's going to work. I let people decide for themselves, but I admitted yesterday that I have been gaslit enough by Isaac to believe that Weasel is a furry, but I've also been gaslit enough by Weasel to believe that Isaac is gay. So I let everyone choose their own thoughts on that situation.
Was it Christopher Steele?
Yes, Christopher Steele.
That's why it's called the Steele dossier. I did not know that. My fantasies are my own, Weasel. Well, I mean, I don't know if that really says much, but we'll move on. What else do we got here? I like saving the Doge stuff for the end, because the Doge stuff is my favorite part. Yeah. Interesting.
Okay, I lied. I do have
into it.
I have another CPEG clip.
Oh, okay.
And this is just because of something that happened, an announcement that was made today. Maybe it was yesterday. I don't know. But we're gonna make fun of some people. So I got this clip here from Donald Trump at CPAC, and let's just listen to what he has to say about the mainstream media.
I watch this MSNBC, which is a threat to democracy, actually. They're stone cold mean, but they're stuttering.
Calling CNN a threat to democracy is beautiful.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, that clip we see all the time, but you're a criminal for not reporting it.
There's a fine line there.
They're all screwed up. They're all mentally screwed up. They don't know what. Their ratings have gone down the tubes. I don't even talk about CNN. CNN's sort of like, I don't know. They're pathetic, actually.
Yep.
But MSNBC was mean. Their ratings are absolutely down. This Rachel Maddow, what does she have? She's got nothing. Nothing. She took a sabbatical where she worked one day a week. They paid her a lot of money. She gets no ratings. I should go against her in the ratings because I'll tell you, she gets no ratings. All she does is to talk.
If Trump did some presidential show for free, he would fucking own those.
He would destroy them all.
Yeah, it would be no one would watch anything else. Everyone would just watch Trump. That's what happened with the COVID shit. Everyone was watching Trump.
You just start TNN, Trump News Network.
Well, he doesn't need to do any for-profit type shit. But I mean, all he has to do is turn on a fucking webcam in the Oval Office that's connected to YouTube and say, "Let's go."
Yeah,
people would watch that shit all day.
I wonder how YouTube would feel about that, because they like shutting people down for BS reasons.
Oh, I think YouTube would have some problems if they did that. Might have to start looking into that. What is it? The Section 12 or whatever it's called.
Oh, yeah. Man, we haven't talked about that in forever.
When you're a publisher, or are you a platform?
Yeah.
That whole thing.
Section,
which is something that we should be looking at right now. That's not even there's so much going on. That's not even a topic of conversation. But we should have something done about Section 12 because of Democrats could be in charge again in 4 years.
Yeah.
Trump, all different subjects, Trump this, Trump that. But these people are really, I mean, they lie.
So I only brought that up because I don't know if you were aware of the news, but we lost
Section 230.
Section 230. Why was I saying Section 12?
I don't know. I was like, that's not right, but I can't think of what it is. I had to Google it. Section 230 protections.
But I brought that clip because we lost someone today.
We lost someone.
We lost someone from the mainstream media. They will no longer be on their MSNBC show.
Oh, it's not like they died. Their show.
No, they're still here, but they're going to have to figure out how to do it all on their own now. They're not going to have the backing of MSNBC. They're not going to be able to reach out to any USAID type situations.
Is it Rachel Maddow?
We have Rachel Maddow's friend, Joy Reid.
Joy Reid. Okay, that's right. I did hear about this.
Today was her last day. I don't have her sign off where she didn't say anything. She pitched her Facebook, maybe her Substack, her Instagram, her Threads, and her Blue Sky.
She looks like she's going to start crying right now while the video's paused.
See, I haven't seen this, but from what I understand, it's humorous.
My show had value. And that
to whom? Millions crying. Oh my goodness.
One sentence in, my show had value.
Not as much as you think it did. Not as much value as The View.
So here's the other thing. This bitch is crying because she got fired, right? She made millions of dollars.
What network was it on?
MSNBC.
It was on it. Okay.
She made millions of dollars. Bitch, why are you crying? You're on vacation now. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, if you make that kind of money and you get fired and you have no money, then that's a you problem.
Oh, please let that be the case. Please let that be the case. Fucking Christmas.
I'm sorry. That what I was doing had value. And in the end, I'm sorry, I try not to cry on TV.
Except it didn't to MSNBC because that's why you're gone.
Oh, you know what this reminds me of?
If it had any value, they would have been able to sell more ads and made more money.
Yeah, if we had more people watching. This reminds me of that one video of Taylor Lorenz when she was crying. I'm sorry for like all of her online hate attacks when she's the one instigating everything.
I hate Taylor Lorenz too.
God, she's such a piece of crap.
Freaking Pierce Morgan had Taylor Lorenz and JoJo from Jersey on his show today.
And I don't know who that other person is.
So she's like a leftist Twitter account person.
Oh, the blonde chick?
Yes, the ugly blonde chick. Yeah.
I don't think she's ugly, but
you got to see her real face.
Okay, like her ex profile, like she's not a bad looking woman. But
that's not her real face.
Okay, but yeah, I know what you're talking about. God, she's a freaking insane leftist moron.
Yes, and so I asked people, I was like, is between JoJo from Jersey and Taylor Lorenz, is there any more two insufferable women in the world? Like, that's really tough to beat.
That's
Joy Reid and Rachel Maddow might be able to compete, but yeah.
TV. And I think this is kind of like being on TV, so I apologize. And that it mattered. I see Karen is there, and she's been texting me as well. And so what I will just say is that in the end,
literal tears. Oh my goodness.
Where I land is that the moment of guilt that I felt, that I went hard on so many issues, whether it was the Black Lives Matter issues of a young baby or a mom or a dad that was killed, or when we opened up people's eyes to the fact that Asian Americans were being targeted and not just Black folks, that or went hard for immigrants who've done nothing but
I'd
come to
love
this
to
country.
ask
Like my
her, on like college applications, do Asians count as Asians, or are they just part of the white people?
Both. It depends on how many applied last year.
parents did and try to make a life and defended them, or whether we've talked about what the president is doing that is subversive to the Constitution, that is injurious to our.
You know what? No one's listening to a word this bitch is saying because she's not saying anything.
She must have learned that from Kamala.
Liberty, defending books that people find inconvenient,
Is the rage boiling?
The books thing, yes. The books thing that has been exposed over and over and over, but
Wait, what exactly is she referring to?
talking about the people not wanting the fucking books, telling little kids how to give blowjobs and shit.
Oh, okay, that I wasn't quite sure, but I was like, it's probably these sex ed books that are just freaking like porn. And they want to put these in.
They could never give an
elementary.
example. They could never give an example of one of the books. They just talk about the books.
Yeah, and then when someone takes one of those books and reads them at a school board meeting, they're like, you can't talk about that. This is in your library.
Yes. My
Completely
kid
proves
brought
the
this
point.
home to me
From your school, and you're saying it's not appropriate here. So why is it appropriate in the 6th grade classroom or whatever? It's like, it's not. And these people are so dumb, they don't understand that. And they're like, they're banning the books. It's like, yes, from an elementary library. If you want to have that in an adult library, for not necessarily adult library like of like XXX books, but just like books where adults, library where adults go, perfectly fine. You don't put that in a children's library.
No.
They have a problem with that. It's like, yeah, you're the one on the wrong side of history.
You don't
here.
put that in a school library. That's for damn sure.
That Nicole Hannah-Jones put into our spirit, that we need to understand 1619 as the real founding of this country, whether it's talking about any of these issues, and yes, whether it's talking about Gaza and the fact that we as the American people have a right to object, to little babies being bombed. And
how about the right to object to little babies being killed? No. Everyone agrees about the babies being bombed. All right.
And where I come down on that is I'm not sorry. I am not sorry that
You said nothing. Babies being bombed. What the fuck? You said nothing.
I stood up for those things, because those things are of God. And I'm a church girl too, and those are the things that I was taught were of God. And so
you could have fooled a lot of people.
I wonder what your God thinks of lying.
So you claim to be of God, but yet you support those books that we were just talking about in children's libraries.
Yeah,
that something doesn't seem right about that.
Liar.
Weasel, you're intentionally misinterpreting what I was trying to say. I was not meaning like adult library of like mature material. I meant in a library that's not specifically for children. Gosh, taking my words out of context.
And I don't think would you really, really, really want to go to an adult library?
Yeah, it's like
where you rent things and people have to bring them back.
Yeah.
Is that really where you want to go?
No.
Does she object to little babies being dismembered by Hamas? Exactly. That's why her talking about babies in the Middle East means fucking nothing, because it's happening on both sides. Like, you dipshit, you chose a phrase that would work for either side. Shut up.
I oppose bad thing, so therefore I am to be praised.
Yes, because I am a child of God who believes that children should learn how to give blowjobs. And how you doing, Small Time Republic?
What's up, Small Time?
You know what? She got an NAACP award and then fired. Wait, she got an award the night before, then fired by MSNBC because those
That'd be
NAACP
great.
awards were the other day. I did not get the Kamala clip.
What?
She was not
I always
as
forget.
drunk
What is
as I was hoping she would
NAACP?
have been.
I gotta find it. Tell Larry to make it a
Thanks for sharing, Cal. Thank you. Thank you.
What?
Don't know what we would do without that bit of information.
National Association for the Advancement of Colored People. That's right. I've heard NAACP, but I forgot what it was.
Then we only care about blacks.
The black supremacists?
Yes.
Essentially.
Well, I don't know. But I know there's a lot of racist shit that comes out of
Yeah,
there.
it's like Black Lives. Yeah, someone. I remember when that
When are
whole
they
Black
gonna
Lives
change
Matter
the name
thing.
of the NAACP, because I understand the words are kind of racist. Yes.
Yeah, I remember when the whole Black Lives Matter thing was, at its peak. It's like, isn't that a bit supremacist? If you're, all lives matter is not okay, but Black Lives Matter is okay to say.
Yes. Because they do the mental gymnastics where
they
we have
racism.
Everyone needs to know that Black Lives Matters before we can be worried about all lives matter, or like that kind of shit. Like they twist it in some way to make it work for their thing.
White in that only whites can be racist because of their position of power. It's like, no, that's not what racism is. You're redefining crap to suit your agenda.
I think I have a clip for the weekend pregame that's this racism that we're talking about. That they're back at it again. They're back at it. There's a lot of people preparing for Summer of Love, so
I'm pretty sure I took a picture of it on my phone on my way home from work. This was probably like a couple of years ago, but on my way home from work, I saw someone's sticker on their car said "Black Trans Lives Matter."
Oh yeah, I've seen that one too. Like,
oh my god,
it's like all 7 of them, right?
It's like, God, you're getting mighty specific. Like, only black trans people matter. No one else does.
Black autistic trans lives matter. So I want to share this video from that Libs TikTok shared out, and then share the tweet of who retweeted it.
I promised myself I would avoid the news.
Did you hear that? It's really quiet.
Yeah, it is quiet, but yeah.
Okay. She said you promised herself that she'd avoid the news.
I saw
looks like
this.
she's been crying. Her nose is all red and shit.
It does look like she's been crying. I saw this on, I think, my X feed today. I didn't stop and watch it, but I saw it while I was scrolling through. So I didn't watch it though. So
okay.
I just remember seeing her face today.
But obviously I haven't. Here's my one thought. I mean, I have many thoughts.
Do you really have many thoughts?
Elon Musk. Like.
So she says Elon Musk, and then she like cuts across her throat. It's like,
yeah, the party of tolerance and love.
We need to X him, and by X I mean formerly known as assassination.
Formerly known as assassination? No, that's still a word. And yeah, and of course TikTok is okay with this, right? She hasn't been banned or anything.
How do you like? How do you think you're okay when you can say shit like this?
And I love to ask, why do you think this? What has he done that has been so bad? Is it because he's leading the Doge thing? Like, are you really on the side of like, no, protect the multi-billion-dollar government branch that steals our money?
Yeah.
Who in the right mind would defend the IRS?
protect the people that are just wasting money. Just wait until we get in the Doge section, dude. I've got something that I think you will find absolutely hilarious if you didn't see it. It came out either today or yesterday, but it was a Doge tweet. It was about software costs. And
I
there's
have not
one
seen
line
that.
item on the software cost that should make every computer nerd irate.
I have not seen that yet, but I really love. Like, why is it that you think he deserves death?
Yeah,
I did see I don't remember if I saw the clip or just the headline, but of someone going around asking at like a protest, and everyone's like, they were saying that Elon should be deported back to Africa, and they're because he's the racist one.
Right.
And it's someone from FBI is gonna fucking show up. I don't arrest me.
So you just said arrest me. And now here's the
Talking quietly and putting the words that you're saying on your screen doesn't make it any less disgusting that you're calling for someone's death because you don't like them.
Kind of retarded.
Yeah, she's kind of retarded.
You don't have enough people to even investigate me at this point. I haven't filed my taxes in like 8 years.
Why are you admitting this? You're committing like multiple crimes, if not felonies. How many people are so emboldened?
She just admitted to not filing her taxes in like 8 years. So that could be like 6 or 7 or 10 years. I mean, I don't blame her. I would.
Yeah. But if I hadn't, I wouldn't admit to it on freaking social media.
There is a chance that she doesn't make enough money to file her taxes. That would be the kind of person who I could see making those kind of comments
But
about.
you'd still have to file them though, otherwise you get audited, right?
No, you don't. If you don't make a certain amount of money, the government somehow knows, and you don't have to fucking file taxes. I forget how much it is.
Okay.
But
it would make sense. They're like they're not making any money, so there's no point in going after them. So they would know that they're not filing. The government would know that this person's not filing taxes, but they wouldn't come after them because there's no reason to. Okay.
And yet, no one's covered me. So I'm gonna fucking say it. Let's assassinate some motherfuckers.
I want to know what she was crying about. Because her nose is clearly fucking red. Unless she's just got some allergy shit going on. But I think that bitch was crying.
She definitely looks like it.
So, I meant to show you the kicker. Because we're not done with that.
Oh, there's more.
I pulled that video.
There's more.
I pulled that video from a quote tweet from U.S. Attorney Ed Martin. Duly noted. Thanks for letting us know. We'll put you in the system. Talk soon, ma'am.
Oh, that's why I saw her face, is because Liz of TikTok posted it. Oh my god, I have to go find that tweet because I freaking every single time I come across Liz of TikTok's tweet like this, they freaking censor their words. And I yell at them in all caps, like, "Stop censoring your words! X is supposed to be free speech, right? Stop putting freaking asterisks in your words when they're not swear words."
Except it doesn't work like that. X hates me, but I use gay and retarded a lot, but X hates me for that.
That annoys the crap out of me. It's like, this is supposed to be a free speech platform, right? So why are you censoring yourself?
It's not.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's not. It's supposed to be, but it's not. So stop doing that to point out the hypocrisy of it.
And she does. So she lives a TikTok when she does like this kind of stuff. She's done A/B testing on like using the actual word versus censoring the word, and supposedly all the censored ones get more traction or whatever. I don't necessarily trust her testing methods on it, but whatever. She can be gay and retarded if she wants.
It's just the hypocrisy of everyone's, supposed free speech platform. Yet they're still censoring.
Weasel says she was crying because she saw a plastic bag dancing in the wind, and it reminded her she doesn't have a husband.
What movie was that? Was that American Beauty?
Yeah.
I never saw that movie, but I remember that was like the meme.
Creepy fucking movie.
That was Kevin Spacey, right?
Yeah, I can't watch any Kevin Spacey movies anymore. That's fucked.
Yeah.
Usual Suspects was one of my favorites.
That's such a good movie. Another one of I'd have to go and look through his like filmography, but another one of his. Wait, was he in that? Let me double check. Yeah, he was because he was the teacher. But 21, I freaking love that movie.
Oh, yep, that was a good one.
He was the teacher that recruited the students to count cards.
That was a good one.
I love that movie.
He's in a lot of good stuff. Fucking House of Cards was amazing.
I've heard that's good. I've never seen it.
The Clinton biography. Yeah, no, it is, the thing with the people who are taking him to court showing up dead before trial starts, it's just really fucking weird, and I don't trust the bastard.
Oh, he was in 7. I haven't seen that in forever. I remember
He
liking
was in
it,
7,
but I
he
need to
was
see it again. I
a
don't remember
lunatic
being
in
in that.
7.
Oh wait, yeah.
He was the nut job.
Yeah, that's right. It's just been so long since I've seen it. That was a good movie too. Anyways, yeah, it's a bummer what happened to him. Not by accident of his own choosing. So not like I'm saying he was unjustly like excommunicated from Hollywood or whatever, since that's pretty normal for them.
Yeah,
it sucks that he's a great actor. He's got a lot of good
he'll
movies.
be back in a couple years.
He
Dude.
did those
They don't
things.
fucking care. Those people are all gross.
Yeah.
Weasel, I believe he's talking about the NAACP. He's like, that was never meant as a phrase, just a proper noun for an embezzlement group.
That would make sense.
What the great thing is about social media?
I probably
No
meant
one
you
sees
know
it.
what the
It's
great thing
completely
is.
private, so no one will hear you kind of committing a crime. You're all good, girl. That coming from the lawyer. That is legal advice from the Duke Devil.
Official legal advice. Anything that you say on social media cannot be held up in a court
You're
of law,
totally
as it
safe.
is
No one will ever notice
completely
it.
private. No one will ever know.
And Weasel points out, there goes any chance of the negligence play. How can you go 8 years without paying your taxes and claim negligence?
Oh, that's right.
Don't forget the IRS hired 87,000 more agents to go after transactions over $600. Yes, and that's not just transactions over $600. That is transactions accumulating over $600. For all of your different cash, PayPal, whatever account that you transfer money with, because fuck you.
Government can't keep their hands out of our pockets. But yeah, another spacey movie that was where'd it go?
Brad says actually she's probably
Horrible Bosses. That was
Who?
funny one.
What?
Horrible Bosses. He was one of the horrible bosses.
Oh yeah, he was. I don't know if I watched that or anything, but I'm sure he'd be good at that. Actually, she's probably crying because she hasn't had any boyfriends lately, which means she hasn't had the chance to have more abortions. So, yes, that was dark.
Dark but funny. Yes, agreed.
Oh, and now we've got some general legal advice. If you think you maybe shouldn't say something, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up Friday.
Yeah. If you think maybe you shouldn't say it, you probably shouldn't say it, especially on social media. It's sad that some people need to be told that and they don't just, intuitively know that.
All right, so before we go into the Doge stuff, I'm going to take the copyright hit for this meme because it's worth it.
Copyright on a meme?
Yeah, I'm going to get copyright on a meme.
Hi, my name is Q. I'm making this video to share my experience as I am beginning self-deportation.
Can't have enough self-deportation. By the way, if you haven't finished Cobra Kai, go do that.
Okay, I get it now. It's because of the music, not because of the meme.
Right. Yeah.
That's great. God, I freaking love that song. I love that song. Oh, I was so looking forward to hearing the rest of her story.
Yeah, it's not very long. Go home.
Self-deportation. I mean, sure, but why?
Go home. No one cares.
Yeah, I haven't watched any of the final season of Cobra Kai yet, so I may just start the whole thing over again because I haven't watched any of it in freaking forever.
It's a quick watch because they're not full hour long episodes.
That's right. Maybe I'll watch that after I'm done with Stargate.
Oh man,
I'm getting close.
It's good. I enjoy it. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, I've liked I've liked it so far. So I definitely will absolutely at least watch the last season. I'll have to decide whether I watch the whole thing over again or not from the beginning.
Yeah, maybe watch like the last episode of the previous season just to see if you remember that.
Usually when it's been a long time since I've seen something, I'll probably go on YouTube and watch like a summary of what's happened.
Oh, okay.
Far.
Wait, what? So Trump is starting a tariff war with Lula. He's putting 25% on some Brazilian products. Lula then said there'll be reciprocity. Then we said 25% taxes are going down.
What's Lula?
I think Lula is whoever the name of the person that is leading Brazil. I don't know for sure. Import taxes in Brazil are 100%. Well, shit. How long have you guys been doing that? No wonder why he's fucking gonna put some tariffs on your asses.
Like everything that we buy from them as 100%?
No, everything they buy from us.
Oh, okay.
Like, what the fuck? So, Doge.
Oh, yeah, it looks like Luis Ignacio Lula da Silva.
Okay, yeah.
Is the what is their president of Brazil? Yeah, okay. Since 2023. Okay, that makes sense. I was like, what's their leader called? Like prime minister or president? Is their president?
Oh, okay. So yeah, that's all Lula's been doing all those tariffs anyways. Nerdy Neo, if you're looking for a good old sci-fi show to watch after Stargate 1, may I recommend Deep Space Nine?
You know, because I was never huge into Star Trek. I saw most of Next Generation, and I saw a good chunk of Voyager back in the day. I watched a little bit of DS9, and I didn't care for it, but everyone's like, DS9 is like the best Star Trek show. So if I ever get around to watching Star Trek again, maybe I'll give it another shot.
I was just gonna do exactly that. Deep Space Nine is my favorite Star Trek. Captain Sisko is
so many people say, and I didn't care for it, but I
you have to get
okay. I was a kid, so
the first season it's a bit shit. But it gets good.
But
it gets really good. I love Deep Space Nine. I don't really care about the Next Generation or any of that stuff. I like Deep Space Nine. Drunken Amadero says you have to get past 3 seasons.
I swear, after 60 hours, it gets good.
I know, right?
I did already commit to something. One of my friends, Nerdporial Life Form, he convinced me. He's like, after you finish Stargate, you got to watch Babylon 5. I've never seen it, so I'm going to watch that after Stargate.
Okay, so it's the 3rd season is where it takes off. So you have
how
to
many seasons of DS9 are there?
I have no idea.
Because I think the original series only had like 3 seasons.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
and then TNG had 9. I think Voyager had like 5.
Brad says, wouldn't it be cool if there was a YouTube channel that was doing a Deep Space Nine watch right now? I don't know where that's happening, Brad.
I'm assuming he's just talking about someone's doing that, but I don't know what he's referring to. Because I'm not big on Star Trek.
That'd be a really good idea if someone did a Deep Space Nine watch through.
Is he doing that?
Maybe. It's a really good idea.
Oh, Voyager and TNG both have 7 seasons. Okay.
And if they
and so does DS9.
If they did the Deep Space Nine watch through, they should definitely post their videos on Wednesday after live recording them with Adam the Renaissance or Fractured Filter and Jay Hitman every Sunday.
Sunday.
They record them on Sunday and release them on Wednesday.
Oh. Because yeah, it's Filter's fault that I'm watching Stargate again, because he started doing watch-alongs about this time last year. So I just started season 9 of SG1 and season 2 of Atlantis because they run concurrently. So I'm getting close to the end. It'll still be a while.
Small Time Republic says, in my 3rd season of Babylon 5, in my opinion, it's better than the first 2. Okay. I have not watched the Babylon 5.
But yeah, one of my Nerdpora life forms, you got to watch it. If you're a huge fan of Mass Effect, you'll see a lot of correlations. So I was like, all right, I'll watch it when I'm done with Stargate.
Yeah, I've heard a lot about the Babylon 5. I'm interested. It's not like at my fingertips. I'm watching motherfucking One Piece. Leave me alone. I got a lot of shit to watch.
Are you like the actual anime or like the Netflix one?
Yeah, the anime.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's got like thousands of episodes or something from what I hear.
Yeah, and I'm only at like episode 110, maybe 115.
Look at that. Drunken. There's another one. DS9's his favorite Trek series as well. So it's like
Deep
so many
Space
people
Nine is
like,
so damn good.
Huh. All right. Hey, Duke's saying Babylon 5 is awesome. So
and now Kel's saying, do we need to do a Babylon 5 watch along? We'll see.
So after I do Stargate, I'll do Babylon 5, and then maybe I'll give DS9 a shot.
So did you see Elon Musk via Doge piss everyone off this last week?
Any one thing in particular?
Yes, he sent out an email sent to all the federal employees saying, "Hey, you need to give us 5 things you did last week, and if you don't respond to this, you're going to be
in
fired
24 hours, or you're out of here."
No, it was actually so tonight was the deadline. They had to respond by tonight.
Okay, when did that email go out?
I don't remember exactly. I want to say it started making noise on Friday, maybe even Saturday.
Okay, so a couple of days.
Yeah. So but who knows when the email actually happened? Like it could have taken a while for people to know that the email was sent. But anyhow, we also haven't seen a copy of that email. But Trump tweeted out, he's like, "Yeah, I back this. Anyone who doesn't respond is going to be fired." I figured we'd read an article by a massive bitch because it's going to be fun to make fun of.
What? Oh, I was going to say, what outlet are we reading from? We're reading from Wired.
Wired. Just from Brian Barrett.
From Brad Barn.
AKA Massive Bitch. Doge email throws federal agencies into chaos and confusion. Across the U.S. government, workers failed to get clear guidance on whether or how to respond to an email asking what they did this week, despite Elon Musk's claims that their jobs are at risk.
So what do you say you do here?
Hold on, water. So on Saturday, employees throughout the federal government, so it happened Saturday, received an email from the Office of Personnel Management, OPM, demanding a reply with approximately 5 bullets of what you accomplished last week. On X, Elon Musk posted that failure to respond will be taken as a resignation. The result? Confusion. Chaos.
Why is that confusing?
Yeah. I don't know.
Chaos, I understand. Confusion, I mean, it's pretty obvious. There's not really anything confusing about that.
And then resentment among a federal workforce that increasingly feels under attack.
As they should.
Let me tell you, you're not working a real job if you don't feel like you might be under attack every once in a while. And I quote, "So fucking dumb," says one air traffic controller who received the email and was granted anonymity for fear of retribution. "You are a bitch. This either never fucking happened or..." Yeah, the fear of retribution from this one air traffic controller who was granted anonymity. Shut the hell up. This is like some sort of like weird journalist posturing thing. Look at me. I am a great journalist. I'm protecting this person who said so fucking dumb about an email. The National Air Traffic Controllers Association, the union that represents the ATC personnel, told its members not to respond until Federal Aviation Administration leadership provided guidance. So this is just people stepping all over the toes. This is just This is the most perfect example of why bureaucracy fucking sucks.
They're like, no one respond to this until we tell you to. It'd be like, screw you. I'm responding to this. I'm not waiting for you. Assuming that I wanted to keep my job, of course.
Right. Leaders of many agencies appear to have been caught off guard at the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, which houses the National Weather Service. Some managers initially cautioned against replying to the email in case it was a phishing attempt. Elon Musk tweeted out about it.
No, it's fake. We
Right?
need to make absolutely certain it's not fake.
Another NOAA employee says they were cautioned not to log onto their work email after receiving it. This all sounds like subversion. Other workers were met with conflicting guidance from their managers at the National Institute of Standards and Technology, which is anticipating deep cuts orchestrated by the so-called Department of Government Efficiency.
What do you mean so-called? That's what it is. This is the type of person that still is like, no, it's the Gulf of Gulf of Mexico. I will not call it Gulf of America.
What was this guy's name? Brian Barrett?
Brian something.
Brian Barrett. Brian Barrett, you're a faggot. Where was I? Some employees reported being told to await further guidance, while others say their managers instructed people to comply. The email appears to have been sent even to federal judges. We understand that some judges and judiciary staff have received an email from hr@opm.gov. Read an email from the Director's Office of the Department of Administrative Services for U.S. Federal Courts. How many fucking offices do we need?
Abolish all the 3-letter agencies. And some of the 4-letter ones, too.
And the 7-letter ones. Please be advised that this email did not originate from the Judiciary or the Administrative Office, and we suggest that no action be taken. At least some military personnel also received the email and have been told to await guidance from the Department of Defense that holding patterns appear to be the response at most agencies where workers say they have not heard from senior leadership if and how they should handle this latest escalation in Musk and Doge's ongoing efforts to dramatically reduce the federal workforce. No, it is to reduce waste and fraud. If your position is wasteful, you shall be cut, like you would at any other company if your position was seen as not profitable.
They don't understand this word efficiency. What does
Everyone
that mean?
else in this country is under looming threat of losing their jobs and layoffs. And a lot of that is because the government fucking sucks. So fuck you for not being able to understand why you could get laid off as well. Fucking God. Could you imagine? I am immune to this idea.
I work for the government,
laid
so
off.
therefore there's no reason I should ever be fired.
Hi, Shock.
God, the balls on these people. What's up, Shock? Wait. Aren't you here?
We carry on. At least some military personnel also received the email and have been told to await guidance from their Department of Defense. That holding pattern appears to be the response at most agencies where workers say they have not heard from senior leadership. Oh, wait, yeah. I just read all that. At the National Institute of Health, for instance, in an email with the subject line, please await guidance, some workers were told that information is forthcoming without any indication of when or from whom. So it looks like a bunch of people were just saying, hey, yeah, don't do this because we don't know if it's real or whatever. And I can somewhat believe this.
If I was one of those people and I didn't want to get fired and they're like, don't respond to it yet. And then they, don't ever tell them to. And then I got fired because I didn't respond because my boss told me to. I'd be very upset.
And they're scared. They're afraid because the email asks, the email says, can you tell me 5 things you did last week?
Like, yeah, someone, was it Duke?
And then it says, if you don't reply,
Yeah, Duke had one from a few minutes
you
ago.
could lose your job. And then, so I couldn't find it, but like people were putting it into Grok and like, hey Grok, I work at this department. What can I put on the 5 things that I did? And Elon Musk retweeted one of these motherfuckers and said, this would be perfect.
Yeah, they're scrambling. Crap, I didn't do 5 things last week. Now I got to make something up.
Yeah, well, but Elon Musk said, yeah, go ahead. Ask Grok what you did. Like, I don't care. I just want you to reply to this. And Donald Trump tells us why. Today he met with Macron. And we got this bit of a clip here because one of the reporters there asked about the email from Doge. Which, by the way, if you're calling it Doge, I'm going to make fun of you.
I've never
Look
heard
at you,
anyone
Luke
call it
Rudkowski.
that. Is that what people are calling it? I haven't heard that before.
Luke Rudkowski calls it Doge.
Like on purpose, or
I don't know if it's just
does he not know how to pronounce it?
It might be a retarded Pollock thing. We'd have to ask Paul. I don't know.
Paul, you there? Would Deutsch make sense for Polish?
So let's hear. So here's the journalist, whatever you want to call him, asking Trump about the email.
I think that Doge could benefit from more streamlined communications. There was that email telling employees to give 5 things that they've done last week. Agency heads then told people to ignore it.
You're talking about the last email that was sent where he wanted to know what you did this week. You know why he wanted that, by the way? I thought it was great because we have people that don't show up to work and nobody even knows if they work for the government. So by asking the question, tell us what you did this week, what he's doing is saying, are you actually working? And then if you don't answer, like you're sort of semi-fired or you're fired, because a lot of people are not answering because they don't even exist. They're trying to find, that's how badly.
Look at that. Paul was lurking. He says, yeah, it makes sense. What's up, Paul?
There's dead people working for the government.
Yeah. I mean,
there's dead people who
voted.
vote, and there's,
so why are there dead people working for the government?
Yeah. We have dead people working for the government that are collecting paychecks.
Oh, I'm assuming one of the things you were going to touch on when we're talking about Doge was the brackets of all the ages of the people that are receiving.
Oh, that was last week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we've got dead people on Social Security. We've got dead people working for the government. We've got dead people voting. Dead people everywhere. I feel like I'm in the Sixth Sense.
Various parts of our government were run by an
Kel's got a good one. I work for the government and feel dead inside. Does that count?
Almost. You still have
Almost.
that annoying thing called a heartbeat.
I was just going to say that.
A pesky little heartbeat. I'm sorry, Kel.
especially by this last group. So what they're doing is they're trying to find out who's working for the government. Are we paying other people that aren't working? And, you know, where is all this? Where's the money gone? We have found hundreds of billions of dollars of fraud so far, and we've just started. We're actually going to Fort Knox to see if the gold is there, because maybe somebody stole the gold. Tons of gold.
That'd make for a good movie.
So,
someone stealing the gold?
Ocean's 14.
No, let that shit die. Should have stopped after Bernie Mac.
So I think it was actually, there was a lot of genius in sending it. We're trying to find out if people are working. And so we're sending a letter to people, please tell us what you did last week. If people don't respond, it's very possible that there is no such person or they're not working.
Good point.
So yeah, pretty much the main point of that email was to find the people who aren't checking email because they're probably not doing anything, and which would also lead to dead people and, well, dead and deadbeats.
Yeah. And yeah, is anybody going to actually be held accountable for all this fraud that they're finding? I doubt it.
That would be interesting.
Yeah.
So Shock here says Polish people think Doge is a kind of sausage. Do the Polacks eat dogs?
Yeah.
I know that's an
about that one.
American meme, but I don't know. Don't know.
Did you
Yes,
see
the Phantom employees. I bet Brazil has a ton of Phantom employees now. They just recently got started up just about a year or two ago.
on the sausage point? Did you see the tweet from I don't know if it was on hers, but it was X-Ray Girl like a week ago?
Yes, she's
Gary's
really-
dog. That was
yes.
freaking hilarious.
Oh, we got Kelly here. And then Steve sees dead people, and Duke Devil can go and shove this logic right up his ass.
Good point.
So,
A heartbeat means life.
turns out Tulsi Gabbard and Kash Patel were two of the heads of their department who told their employees not to respond to Elon Musk.
Really?
Yes. So
that's interesting.
They did come out and say that they would handle it themselves. But I think now it's still early. This just came out today. I think it might be a good idea for them to kind of redo it and let those departments fall underneath it. Because it'd just be easy. If you've got people who aren't working, that would just be a quick, easy way just to nail them all, call them up, find out what's going on, and then handle it from there, right? I guess you could argue people who are out on assignment and we don't know, or at least they don't know, Kash and Tulsi, because they're,
new to their positions.
They've started 2 days ago.
Got to get a handle on what's actually going on first.
Yeah.
And yeah, they seem like, well, I would definitely think that, Kash is on board with this. I would assume that Tulsi is as well.
Oh, yeah. Tulsi campaigned with Trump like the whole time. She knew what Doge was going to be.
I figured. I just haven't heard much about her or anything.
Kash was campaigning too, just not as much. I didn't see him nearly as much as he saw Tulsi
since her debate for however long ago that was.
So we got more Doge and how they're saving the country money. Get ready for this one, Nerdy Neo. Savage, you're gonna want to stick around for this. This is absolutely 100% cringe.
Oh no.
It's not gross kind of cringe where you wish you could look away. It's different. It's computer cringe.
Oh, is this the software thing that you were talking about earlier?
Yes. So Doge tweets out, agencies have more software licenses than employees, and the licenses are often idle, i.e. paid for but not installed on any computer. For example, at GSA with 13,000 employees, there are 37,000 WinZip licenses.
Why are you paying for WinZip?
37,000 WinZip licenses.
The question is, though, do they actually have those licenses, or is that just what's written on their line item sheet, and then that money goes off to somewhere else? They don't actually buy those licenses.
I don't know. I got to Google how much is it.
Like, why would you pay for a zip software in this day and age anyways? It has it built into Windows now.
I want to say that was built in Windows 7.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it was built
and
into
even
Windows
then,
7, but
no one uses WinZip. Everyone uses fucking 7-Zip.
Yeah, and that one's free.
I'm checking the WinZip license. Oh my God. It's $35 a year.
Are you serious? Okay, now I get why you're saying cringe. So
per user,
37,000 times, what do you say it was? $35?
35. Yep.
That's almost 1.3 million right there. Why are you paying 35? So why are you paying for WinZip, and why are you paying $35 for it?
I don't know why anyone's paying for WinZip. That is the most retarded fucking. I knew at 8 years old I would never have to pay for WinZip. And yes, Timon is laughing at us. He's laughing at our country. Cash is playing Final Fantasy VII Rebirth as of tonight.
Yeah.
My brother is asking the important questions. Is Winamp active as well? Damn good question.
That still exist?
Yes, I remember when WinZip was relevant like 20 years ago. Yeah, that was forever ago. And I got memes coming to me. I'll check the memes in just a moment.
Got you a meme.
So they also have 19,000 training software subscriptions and multiple parallel training software platforms. So that means things like Udemy and Pluralsight and stuff.
Yeah, I've had to use Udemy before.
Where you can take different courses on different things. Those aren't cheap either. A fucking subscription to something like Pluralsight, I want to say, is $100 a year. 7,500 project management software seats for a division with 5,500 employees. 3 different ticketing systems running in parallel.
Oh my God, that would be a freaking nightmare.
That sounds like the government. That is through and through the most government thing I've ever heard.
That's the epitome of the government. Instead of centralizing all of our IT tickets in one software, we're going to have 3 separate ones that only some people have access to each.
Well, and it's not even just the IT tickets. These people probably work the tickets themselves for whatever their fucking jobs are.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like if their accounts payable or whatever, they take a ticket and it's a terrible example, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. Efficiency.
Okay, that was actually good cringe.
Yeah. It's not like those fucking leaked messages from earlier. So Duke Devil says, wait, I don't have to pay for WinZip? Then why do I pay for it on my 3 active computers and 3 inactive computers? How could I unzip without it? If you haven't figured that one out, I don't know. Ask your paralegal.
Ask your kids if you have them.
All right. Let's grab Timon's.
Weasel sent you a meme.
Oh, Weasel's meme. Wait, that means Weasel sent me a meme on Discord. Yes, this is exactly how I felt just a moment ago. Oh, it's gonna be good. Here we go. Yep. This is exactly how I felt just a few minutes ago. So many dead people.
Yeah, that's good.
They vote. They work. What was the other thing that they did?
I don't know. Let's see.
Shock saying he has lost so much faith in humanity. This is not a humanity problem. This is the government. This is the fucking government. This is why the government sucks. Because they are not efficient at anything. And this is why you need the smallest possible government out there. I'm going to take this off the screen because it's giving my camera frame issues.
I was going to say, I'm getting your audio's choppy as well. Yeah. Wow, that's weird. It has something to do with you sharing the screen. And not only was your frame rate dropping, your audio was cutting out as well.
Oh, so
not cutting out, but
if I share anything that's not in a Chrome browser on this platform, everything goes tits up.
Huh.
I don't know what it is. That's why I can't use Brave. And like when I started the show, I was like, I'm gonna go install my Pi-hole. I need to install my Pi-hole so I can keep using fucking Chrome and going to sites like Daily Mail so I can get rid of all those fucking ads.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Before I joined, I had I was caught the first few minutes, and good Lord, the 90% of the page is ads, and you get like one sentence of the actual article.
Shock says it's hard to tell when Duke is being sarcastic. Duke's accent is sarcasm.
He speaks sarcasm fluently.
Now that the WinZip paid government accounts are ending, WinZip has filed. Yeah, no shit. No shit.
That's a good one. That should be like a Babylon Bee headline.
Yeah. Oh my God. WinZip shuttering doors. Government contract pulled.
Government Doge discovers wasteful WinZip licenses, Doge files for or WinZip files for bankruptcy.
Shock says, "What's the government made up of? People." Yes, but like, I don't know. There's something about retardation levels that increase when you work for the government. There's just something that makes you even, dare I say, subhuman.
I know that guy.
Oh, Weasel's got a neat little thing for his avatar on Discord. It's got a pirate flag and shit. Let me check the Doge account, see if there's anything else here that we might want to talk about. It's kind of what I did last week. What? More software paying 10,000 UI path licenses. I have no idea what that is. Tableau licenses.
I don't know.
There's the software is going to be a disgusting mess. And that's a big point. That was a big reasoning behind Doge. Wow.
Doge.
Doge. Yes. Doge. Yes. So yeah, that's all I got tonight.
Yeah, Duke had another good one. Can't wait to see when Doge uncovers how many Disney Plus accounts the government is paying for.
We got a lot of stuff about weird accounts after the USAID stuff happened. Like there was all sorts of just like, look at this, look like all sorts of stuff. And some of them were, they were news accounts. They were like subscriptions to like the Wall Street Journal and all sorts of different like news shit. But there'd be thousands of subscriptions to just the New York Times, for example, from just like the Department of Transportation or something. Yeah, that's all I got.
Oh, one of the things I was going to say earlier when we were talking about the email and like using Grok to answer the email, AI to come up with the answer, it reminds me of not that long ago, an episode of South Park where they were using AI to have like text conversations with people so they didn't have to do it themselves. And everyone started doing it and they were trying to figure out like who started it. And so they're like about to get found out and everything's coming to a head. And so they're like, oh no, we got to stop using AI. Otherwise they're going to be able to know it was us. And so the solution to the episode was they asked the AI how to get out of it. And the AI figured out how to get them out of the situation they were in.
Okay.
So yeah, asking Grok to answer Elon Musk's email reminded me of that South Park episode.
I need to watch a newer South Park. I'm like 2 or 3 seasons behind.
Well, they haven't really, like the last couple of years, they haven't actually been.
Yeah, they do a lot. They do like
just been doing these specials like every few months.
But I'm still a couple seasons behind the whole Integrity Farms thing. The Integrity Farms thing, kind of whatever. But yeah,
Integrity.
So I wanted to ask you. I haven't talked to you in a while. Did you play Avowed this weekend?
No. I do plan to play it, but I haven't started anything new in like forever because I'm working on getting my completion percentage back up. Then I'm starting.
Oh, right.
Except for if a game is leaving Game Pass and I want to play it before it's leaving, which I'm doing because I just finished it today. Warhammer 40K Bolt Gun. That's leaving Game Pass at the end of the month, so I finished that up today. But anything that's going to be around a while, I'm not starting it until I get to that point. So I do plan to play Avowed, but it probably won't be for a while.
Fair enough. Good night, bitch.
See you, Steve.
I played Avowed. I played Avowed. Got about maybe 20 hours.
I like
couldn't get it optimized on my computer. I have a 3080.
Okay, on PC.
It was running like shit, but I pushed through. And then I got to the mission where they had me smuggle contraceptive herbs, and I quit. I was like, "This is gay."
So I haven't watched much of it, but I've liked it a little bit I've seen, and it sounds like a lot of people have a lot of fun with it. So, and it's on Game Pass, so I'm unlikely that I ever buy it, but I very likely will play it at some point.
Yeah. So I'm on Stalker 2 now. That one seems better so far.
Okay.
I just renewed my Game Pass.
I know that that's been like a highly anticipated game for like ever. But someone that the original soccer games someone gifted to me on Steam like forever ago, like literally like 15 plus years ago. I've never played them because I didn't really have much interest in them.
Yeah.
But I know a lot of people have been very much looking forward to that game. I mean, I know it came out a few months ago already. But yeah,
it's only like 2 months old, I want to say, maybe.
Let's see here. Stalker 2. November, late November. So
okay, so it's been out a little longer than I think.
Yeah, about 3 months.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm hoping to have my recovery done by May, but I'm not sure how long it's going to take. I'm getting really close though, because I cannot freaking wait to play Doom.
Right. Yeah. Well, you better hurry up because that's coming up. Drunken Emerald Arrow has a good question. How many companies are only around because of government paid accounts? Yeah. This very well could be a thing where our tax dollars are keeping companies entirely afloat. This very well could be a thing. As a matter of fact, I think most of the mainstream media is. With the exception of the places that actually get ads like CNN and stuff, right? But like places like Deadline and shit like that, I think they're propped up government fucking garbage.
Yeah, wasn't there something that just came out? Like, I mean, it's not really like much of a surprise, but something along the lines of like the government has been paying some of the mainstream media outlets. It's like that's completely contrary to the whole point of a free press.
Yeah. That would be the exact opposite of a free press. Timon here says recent purchase list for computers and peripherals. In the state here, Brazil, mouse 2K, normal price $50. HDMI cable 5K, normal $80. What the fuck are you talking about?
Oh, I think it's talking about like if they're itemizing the things that they spend money on to say like this is what we're spending the money on.
Well, there
like the $10,000 hammer.
There was that
meme
congressman who held up the thing of the bag of washers for an airplane, and he's like, "These things cost 50. This bag of washers cost $50,000."
It's like you can buy that for $10 at Home Depot. Yeah.
Fuck the government. Amen.
Yeah. Basically them trying to, launder their money by saying, this is how much this stuff costs. It's like, no, it doesn't.
So Kel asked if I smuggled the contraceptive herbs in my rectum. Yes, because I knew I couldn't get pregnant with them.
It's because of the herbs, nothing else.
Yes.
I'm assuming your character, because you can create your own character, right? In Avowed?
Yes, and I went all in. When it had all the weird gay flower shit, I was like, let's do it. We're going for it. I was like, I just took one of their default things that they had. They had like 20 different things you could just start off with without having to edit it. And I chose some old Asian looking guy that had like these weird rainbow ribbons and mushroom things in his head. And he's had like these flower eyes. I don't know.
Okay. But my next question is going to be, did you pick a man or a woman? So
yes. Now they did do a different way of body type 1 and body type 2. I don't remember exactly, but I moved through it so quickly that I didn't even notice it. And I always noticed body 1 and body 2. They had a different way of asking. And then they had the fucking pronouns.
I was gonna say, I heard they had the pronouns, but it defaults. Like it didn't I heard originally it defaulted to they, them, and they had to fix that in like.
Maybe because I did choose a dude and it defaulted to he, him.
Yeah, I think I heard that it was set to they originally, but like someone's like, we should change this, and they changed it to before it released to default to whatever the proper pronouns would be for the gender that you selected. Which doesn't surprise me.
Deadline and many other similar outlets are owned by Penske Media, the same family that does the rental trucks and the car racing. Okay.
I was going to say Penske. I know that. I've seen see their moving trucks.
Yeah, but if the government, but still, so like Penske probably likes money, and if the government doesn't want to supplement those news organizations, they might have a problem keeping them around.
I like money.
Just a thought. So, is there anything you wanted to talk about or anything?
Oh, I put it in our Bloodbath chat last week.
Oh, well, let me go look.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw it, but it was the Faithful music video.
Oh yes, hold on.
Did you watch that? Because I freaking love it. I've watched it like 100 times. It's freaking great.
I'm gonna send you this link. You pull it up because I'm gonna play it and I'm gonna go take a pee.
All right.
But I want you to bring it up so you can like pause it or whatever if you want.
Is it okay? Yeah, it's the same one. So, all right. Let's see here. Share.
I watched this as well, but this is pretty cool. This is I've seen better in some things, but it's a neat idea.
Yeah, I freaking love it. I've listened to it like 100 times.
All right. I will be right back.
All right. Yeah, I freaking love that song. And it sounds very very sounds. I don't know if it was like the inspiration, but it sounds very much like Five Finger Death Punch, which is
It does have yes.
I love that band. So
as soon as you started saying it, sounds like I was like Five Finger Death Punch. Yeah,
I freaking love Five Finger Death Punch.
I like Five Finger Death Punch too.
I would love if this was like a real band. They had that guy had a like their lead was the guy that looks like
JD Vance.
No, their Uncle Sam guy. I love that guy. It's like, oh, that'd be awesome if that was like a real band and they had that as like their lead.
I don't know. I hate it when fucking music gets all preachy.
It could be a gimmick band.
I went to a NoFX concert years and years ago, and they were bitching about George Bush. I was like, "Look, I don't like the guy, but can you shut the fuck up?"
Which
like,
which concert?
This was NoFX with
okay. I've heard
Alkaline Trio and Jello Biafra.
I don't know that one.
That's he was the lead singer for the Dead Kennedys.
Okay. I've heard of that band, but never listened to them.
Yeah. So, and this was the War on Errorism tour, and it was during George Bush Jr.'s thing, right? And they were just bitching about Bush. They were bitching about Jr. the whole fucking time. That's all Jello Biafra had to fucking talk about. And I was just like, I get it. I don't fucking care for the guy either, but can we play some goddamn music? Like, Jesus. And yeah, that's what I was like. And like, music's always been political, but it's like, let's fucking be reasonable here.
I just think with all the patriotism that's going on right now, I think that they could.
Yes, the patriotism
existed. They could get pretty big pretty fast.
The patriotism would be is a nice change of pace. So there was that bit of Joe Biden at the end of that video, and it reminded me of this thing I saw, but I didn't save it. Someone had found Joe Biden in a Honda on the street.
Oh, speaking of that, I want to share it again just because it's a nice little touch that a lot of people might not have noticed from watching it the first time.
Okay, let me pull it up.
Is the turtle?
Oh, the turtle! I remember that. Yes, that guy is soon to be gone.
Oh yeah,
gone.
He was. It was a JP Sears video. I guess he was talking about something like, I don't know if it was edited in or whether the people there were actually chanting retire. I was like, yeah, you need to get out of here. But yeah, all of the turtle shell was a great little touch.
The font on this bubble thing doesn't show the capitalization of the tism.
Oh yeah, it's all caps. You have to look at it in chat.
So I think we'll end on this. We have a public sighting of Joe Biden.
Bro, is that Joe Biden? Bro, I swear to God. What the fuck? Joey! Daddy Joe! What are you doing driving a fucking Honda, bro?
What are you doing in a fucking Honda, bro?
I'm assuming that's just someone who looks a lot like him. That wasn't actually him, but who knows?
Yeah, I don't think it was actually him. Could you? I don't think that. I don't.
He shouldn't be driving. That's for sure.
Probably shouldn't be driving. Yeah.
Have we seen him?
Unless he escaped from wherever they have him stored away. Have we seen? Yeah, that's a good question.
I don't think I've seen him since
Joe Biden
since Trump was inaugurated.
Since the 20th, I don't think so. Kamala Harris keeps showing up, unfortunately.
Oh God, she's like, stop being wasted when you're talking to people.
Did you see the clip I played last week?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that was bad. So that's gonna do it. You want to show your stuff?
Yeah, sure. So let's see here. Tomorrow night is the next episode of Top 5. Of course, will be my co-host of Top 5, Jason, and our guests will be Carl of RNG and Lowest Expectations, and we are ranking our top 5 favorite shooters. So that'll be fun. I actually just figured out my list right before the stream here tonight.
Nice.
Because I had made a list of like 20, and I had narrowed it down to like 10. I'm like, I still got to narrow this down to 5. This is gonna be tough. So I figured it out. So I have my list for tomorrow, and I have some stipulations on why certain games that should be on my list aren't. But I'll get into that tomorrow.
Okay. Well, definitely. You said that's tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night, 6:00 Pacific. The next episode of Top 5. Wednesday night, we'll be back with some more Dude Souls, or more accurately, reverse Dude Souls, because right now I'm watching Dude play it, and he's showing me how it's done. I've got my death counts up on the screen, and his death counts down at the bottom to show how much better he is at it than me. But this is his third time playing it. It was my first time, so he's well versed in the game. But it's fun seeing, his death count versus mine. It's like,
that's a really good idea.
Where I'm at in the game, I think I have about 7 times more deaths than he did at the same point. So,
okay.
And then another episode of Open Mic on Thursday night with Flame Mage.
Nice. So I've got, let's see, I'll probably be on Carl's channel on Wednesday for his new weekly gaming show. I don't know exactly what we're talking about. Something about Peter Molyneux. I don't know.
Everyone's favorite video game scam artist.
And then Thursday for the weekend pregame, where I am sure I will have some stuff to make you all regret tuning into my channel, because I like punishing people. So yeah, tune in for that, and then the ball busters and the chatter days and all of those things. So yeah, until next time, I will play you guys out with what we had earlier.
Just a second. I got to address Timon. I did not even think about that, but that's freaking hilarious. He's asking if Kyle Rittenhouse is in my top 5 shooters.
Oh, that's pretty good. Okay.
We're talking video game shooters, first or third person. Either one, not actual people who are shooters. I don't know if I could name 5 actual people who are shooters, but that was, thank you for that laugh.
This is how I know Kel's not dead. He's so fucking selfish. I just want them to announce Joe's passing so I can get 2 presidential days off this year. All right. I see how it is, Kel. You can share those federal holidays. Why don't you? And so, yeah, I'll play out with this. And until next time, guys.
Good night.
So Donald Trump is the first president in over 100 years not to own a dog. And with any other person, that would be a red flag for me. But instead, he decided to make the Democratic Party his bitch.